The episode 2 of Uzumaki was trash, and here is why. Good day and welcome back to E-Junkie, and as always, I am your host, Black King. And before we get started, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so, as it is the smallest way you can support a growing channel, and turn on the notification bell to get notified every time we post a new update. Let's get started. If you've seen the episode 2 of Uzumaki, then you understand what I am saying, but just in case you haven't seen the episode 2 and you haven't seen these animations for the episode 2, here are some scenes showcasing just how bad the animation was. And like, this is the type of animation we get after 4 years of the anime being delayed. Like, the anime has been in works since COVID, and not just that, they're only saying they're doing 4 episodes. Now, the 4 episodes would have not really mattered much if they had made like each episode like really long, but they're trying to squeeze a lot of story from the manga into the anime, and they're only making each episode about like what, 20 minutes or even less. And now we're getting to face this type of animation. But anyhow, I digress. The main issue I was trying to talk about when I brought up the whole how long the anime has been in works for is that they had enough time to make the animation. They had enough time to make the animation, polish the animation, or correct any mistakes that they would have been in the animation, and like they could have done it just like how Netflix usually does, where they make the entirety of the season, they post it at once, but they could have decided not to post every of the episode at once and just do it like once a week. But we would have already known that they have everything already worked out, not that they started working it out and they started doing this thing that they just did for the anime. That the episode 2 is not anywhere comparable to the episode 1 of the anime. But rather than just continuously complaining and talking about how bad the animation was for the episode 2 of the anime, let's look at the main reason why the animation was actually that bad. And the main reason, as everyone would have already guessed, is the animation style for the anime. It didn't change, as most people would think that it did. It did not change. What changed, however, is the studio handling the animation. Now, the style used for the animation is called rotoscoping, which is like a unique mix of 2D and 3D animation, where the animators take real life people to act out these movements, and then they are captured in like 3D form. All of these people that act out these movements are captured in a 3D form, and then it is traced out in 2D, and that is the animation style that is being used to do the anime. Now, this animation style is usually like not used, and a lot of people don't like it. It feels like easy work, it feels like lazy work, because people are just tracing over an action that had already been acted out. But it is a very complex animation style that can be easily done wrongly if you don't have like enough skilled people or enough people working on it to do it properly. But if done right, as seen in the first episode of the anime, it can be very beautiful. Now, the problem, as I talked before, for the second episode is that the animation studio handling the anime was outsourced, meaning that the studio, they went out to look for another studio that is not the main studio handling the project to work on the project. And where this got like really bad is that the studio is a smaller studio, and they wanted to replicate the same style, the same rotoscope style that this studio had already used for the first episode. Now, some 2D animations for the episode is not really that bad, but anytime their movements was kind of like shown or like actually pronounced, you would see that there was a huge difference between the episode 1 and the episode 2, and there's a fall in the quality of the animation. Now, the reason why they would have outsourced this anime to a smaller studio or to another studio at all, I have no idea. It might be because they spent all their money on the first episode and now they don't have any for the second episode, and they just quickly just went to where they pay less and get the animation done. Maybe, I don't know. The smaller studio did do a good job with like the horror scenes and the 2D scenes. I'm not going to lie, kind of the episode 1 was still better in the 2D scenes, but like they tried their best at the horror parts of the anime, and if you watch the anime, you're still probably going to enjoy some of the horror parts. But if the problem with the anime, the animation quality is not fixed, there's going to be like a lot being taken from the audience visually. Like, it disrupts the audience's immersion into the story. Personally, I hope that episode 3 is different. I hope they don't outsource this. And even if they're going to outsource the anime, they should outsource it to like a better studio that can replicate the style that they have already started for the anime. Again, I would say it's very embarrassing if you think about the amount of time that they had to generate funds. If the problem had been budget for the anime, maybe that's why they outsourced it. Like, they had enough time to generate funds that they would have used for the entirety of the project. I mean, it's just 4 episodes, and like, they could have generated funds and like they could have worked on the animation project for like before it got to the airing parts. They could have just finished everything before they got to this part. And like, now it feels like the anime is only living off of the achievements and the hype that the manga got, and not because it has like something new to give to the audience. But let's look forward to the episode 3 and see how things will turn out. Maybe they will fix it, maybe it will become even worse, maybe the story will fall off because like the hype that we had that, oh, we're having a new horror anime and it's going to be like really dope, maybe that's going to pass over now. But let's just look forward to see how it turns out. And remember, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Again, it is the smallest way you could support a growing channel. And like the video if you liked this video, and comment down below your thoughts while watching this video, your thoughts on the issue, and your thought while watching the episode 2 of the anime. And as always, I'll see you guys next time, and don't forget, stay weird.
However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that.